Well, hello, folks. I don't do this often enough. I usually enjoy it when I do, but I hope you're hearing me, and I hope someone comes in because I don't do it very often. I think people go by and go, "Oh, there's something on his channel," and come by. So hopefully that will happen. Um, I was going to basically do a fun introduction of what I've been up to. There's a new audio production thing that I did with Vernon that was a lot of fun, um, called 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It was an adaptation that I actually wrote and had him in mind to play Nemo. I completed it actually on his birthday, which was in December, and we're very happy with it. I want to share that with you at some point. I will have to figure out how to post that. Um, but everything that's been going on in LA has sort of changed the timbre of everything that I wanted to talk about. Um, Hopefully, they can get the fires under control. It's Saturday and they're still burning. Just saw them on all sides of us. You can see smoke, um, which is not good. Luckily, we're not in any immediate danger, but unfortunately, it's been a huge setback in many people's lives, a tragedy and a horrible loss. Um, Even in our own little circle of people, many people have lost their home or their livelihood, place that was going to pay them burned down, or their homes were burned down. Um, in our case, a real setback to working on Island and even kind of tainting the release of 20,000 Leagues is the loss of Vernon's home. He had been in there for, I believe, 40 years and lost everything. My agent's home, a couple other people on our team have been directly affected um, by everything that's going on. So I am caught unprepared to really discuss what I wanted to discuss, which was this project and some developments that were quite good up until this happened this week. We're making some real progress, particularly with Island in the Stars. Here's where we are with that. Um, we have again engaged and retained some representation and some legal that we needed to submit now that we can make some offers to some of the actors that have been on my list as a director. I really think they'd be perfect for it. And we were reaching out within the last week or two for them to read it. I don't know who's going to read what. One of the people that I sent it to definitely lost his home in Malibu, so he will be otherwise engaged, I'm sure, which is a real shame. A bunch of people that I wanted to read it, you know, they don't have a house to read it in. And I'm sure it's not a priority. So there might be a major setback with Island in the Stars, unfortunately, because life intruded and tragedy has struck. I think there's 10,000 buildings now have burned, and it's not even contained any of the 5 fires. So who knows if they're going to look at my little project. I need to kind of let that go and let it happen as fast or slow as it's going to. Of course, as an artist, I want to make it happen. I'm getting antsy. I want to get out there and shoot and make this and get the actors together. And who could have foreseen that 2025 would start this way? So it's been a real blow because we were getting ready to with the money that we were able to get with the crowdfunding and stuff. We were kind of getting to the end of it, and it was the victory lap where we were sending the script out for people to read. And unfortunately, many of them, including their agents, lost their homes or have damage or have family that was also affected. So that's now 100th down at the bottom of the list of priorities, understandably, as it would be with me. But you get your hopes up. You want something like Island of the Stars to keep moving, and we had raised that money to be able to reach out to them within this month window, and I don't think that's going to bear a lot of fruit. As I say, even one of them that we've hinted at and talked about some of that actor, his home was burned to the ground. I don't know if he's going to decide to stay in U.S. or how accessible that will make it. May need to rethink things. I honestly don't know what's going on. We do need to continue with the crowdfunding to replenish our coffers because things might take longer than I wanted them to, given what's now happening. These things cost money, and we're spending money to make this thing happen. And we had budgeted for a certain period of time, which we are obviously going to exceed because people are not looking at projects and not thinking about business. And that's just the reality. And I wish their families and them and pets and everything well because it's just horrible. It's unfathomable. I talked to Vernon about how he's lost everything, the memorabilia, things you don't think about. It did get me thinking. What would you take with you if you had a little window to take your whole life, or lose it all? So it does make you think. I'm super grateful for everybody that's been supportive of it. We're certainly not giving up on it. There's still some chance that we can keep the momentum going once we literally come out of the ashes on this, and businesses start to be able to think about work again and entertainment again, and talent can start bringing their life back together. But it is a setback in reality. Just as, dumb luck as we're sending the script out to start to make offers and really get this thing nailed down. There's really nobody to send it to right now. People are dealing with some much heavier and more important things, and certainly horrible things. Other things that are happening. There's a movie called Test Drive that I had been putting together that I would like to shoot in Georgia, middle of this year, end of this year. Looking for some initial investment on that. It does have distribution and the majority of financing coming from that, but we need seed money from that. So I've been presenting that, and I'm really proud of this 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea audio fiction that just came out. I'll have to put the link here. Well, hello, chat box with Sam. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate having you here. I should post. This is the project I'm talking about at the moment. Little background on that. One of the things that why is he making 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? You ask. A good question. Again, out of a conversation I had with Vernon Wells. We were talking about kind of bucket list things we wanted to do. He said, I'd always love to play Captain Nemo. And I thought, I'll file that away, because there's a really good Disney film, which most of you have probably seen, that I also really like. But it's a certain take on the book. The book, being an 18th century novel, it was a big deal to even be able to go under the ocean. So it reads like a National Geographic documentary of just going around underwater and looking at fish and things, but it had great themes and it has a great character in Nemo. And I thought, well, what could I say about that? So I created what I call like a movie for your ears version. It's kind of a fever dream character study of Nemo, and Professor Aronnax is the character that I play. And when I was writing it, I wanted it to be about the dichotomy of, you've got an environmentalist who kills people because he loves life so much and he wants to preserve the planet, and he isolates himself while saying that he loves humanity so much, and he loves the earth so much. And I thought, what a great weird contradiction of a character that is. He's a villain and a hero in an odd way. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. What's my take on it? So I started writing it, and it started flowing out because when you're doing something in the 18th century, and Jules Verne, was a French translation, I didn't have to really go to much of the dialogue or anything from the book. I had to capture the spirit of the book and the beats of the story in the book. And in 18th century, the way people write and the way they talk is much more poetic and flowery. It allowed me as a writer to not write just contemporary stuff like, yeah, let's get out of here kind of dialogue, but be much more ornate and flowery, which I enjoyed quite a bit. And that was a lot of fun. I I feel like what we really accomplished with it was remarkable because I had to piece it together. 20,000 Leagues. I actually went to Vernon's house, which is now gone, about 5 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, and recorded him in person. We rehearsed it together and looked at all the beats, and I knew exactly kind of what I wanted, and he knew what he wanted, and we laid it down. Then I did my character part, knowing what he said, and then I brought in two very talented actors, David Beeler to play Ned Land, the harpooner, and I brought in Paul Eiding, who does a ton of, video games, Call of Duty, and he plays wizards and different things like that, and he played Conceal, my character's manservant. And so I I brought all those performances together as a director and had to make them all feel like they're living in the same place. And I thought, I have to create a sound for the Nautilus. I have to come up with a way that we're inside the character's head versus dialogue. And I thought, well, the Nautilus is this giant iron, intimidating sub. That has a little echo in the acoustics. And normally when people are thinking in an audio thing, they'll put a little echo because it's supposed to be in their head. And I thought, let's reverse that. It's super clear and clean, as if talking to you without any echo or anything between you and them when Aronnax is in his head as the professor, and then when they're having this conversation, you feel the Nautilus because there's layers of sound, pings and the straining of metal, and they're talking, and that has natural reverb and echo, and I thought that's a great way to delineate between. Thanks everybody for jumping in here. I see we got some people. And I appreciate everything in your comments. Something that I think that we also accomplished that I hadn't pushed myself is the use of music. I went and created orchestral music for it. It's good to see you too. And that music, I was allowed to create cues and things that I loved about the use of music when I was coming up with the original music on it, and got more symphonic, and I think it's really an integral character. And if you notice, I use it in different ways. Sometimes an action sequence is driven by sound effects and there's no music whatsoever, and other times it's really driven by the music, and you get very percussive and horns and flourishes that I've always wanted to do as a soundtrack. And I am by no means a classical composer, but with technology now, you have keyboards, and you have great samples and things that you can do and mess around. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do that for fun, and put it in. And I was really happy with how it integrated. And yeah, I did create that trailer for Island of the Stars, which would be amazing now if I did another one, because technology has far exceeded what was available when I did that last year. I have one for Savage on my website here. You can see where I now have lip sync and moving images from artwork and stuff. You can check it out. Hey, Deleted, how are you? Hi, chat box. So I wanted originally, I was going to come on here kind of as a start of the year thing, and talk about that coming out, and talk about the good news of everyone's crowdfunding so far has gone towards the very positive thing of getting us all the way to the point where we're able to now make some offers to these actors, ones that I've wanted, ones that we certainly hinted at a lot. That's going to take a lot longer, I think, than it should, because of everything that's happened, and that's understandable. And that crowdfunding is still going on. If you want to be part of it, if you want to contribute, I can post the, let me grab the link to it, and we are still needing the basic money to keep everyone retained and all the costs. Here is the link. Let me know if somebody could comment and let me know if that got through all right. That's the ongoing fund that is basically keeping this startup company well-oiled, and it now will be even more important as a crowdfunding, because some of our personal resources have been wiped out, burned up, exhausted, and that's just sad, but a reality. And I talked with Vernon, and he said, you know what, this is a fresh start. This is the universe saying I'm gonna start all over, clear it out, and we're gonna go forward. And I was inspired by his attitude, given all he's been through with this. He's like, Tom, let's make this movie. And I said, yeah, I'm going to try and make it happen no matter what. And I am. We just need to roll with this. Who would have thought worst fire in LA history right when I'm doing this? Hey, it's been an interesting few years. So the other thing that I've been working on is called Test Drive. And that's something I might shoot in Georgia. And it's an interesting project. It's a thriller, self-contained sort of thriller with some humor, very kind of dark and fun, like a little Coen Brothers, but mostly dual meets speed in one car. That would be the short pitch. It's been getting a lot of traction with people. I've been soliciting private investment because I need to come up with a certain amount of that in order to make, of course, the offers to the actors to get the pre-sales, which is the old game. But with this, I have distribution. I have an output deal distribution, and we do have almost 70% of the financing waiting. So trying to come up with that 30%. One of the things that that's kind of exciting about is if that goes before Island, and that's kind of lower hanging fruit, but it'll allow me to play around some more with the volume and some of the techniques that I'll be using in Island in the Stars. There's also another movie that I just recently signed on to produce that I'm excited about. More on that a little bit later if it looks like it's going, but that's also in the hopper. And then for me personally, you know, I miss I miss the acting already. I miss the auditions. It's heartbreaking to see this town burn. I've been here 36 years. My whole network of friends, I don't know if everyone's going to move away. I don't know if everyone's, where are all these people going to live is the big question everyone's asking. You know, if you get 10,000 buildings aggregate burned out, where do they go? Can't rent a bunch of motels for a year, so it's going to be really disorienting and really hard. I think that's just the general feeling of we don't know that it's done and we're on pause on everything. So for me, it's just another test. How bad do I want it? I want it. I want it really badly. I want to I miss making things. I miss acting. I miss, editing, and I miss all of it. And it's a shame that it's all come to a grinding halt because of this and the long-term effects of it. So what I'm hoping is by reaching out to you and just telling you, honestly, this is where we are at. People on the team literally had their house burned down, so things are going to be going a lot slower than I wanted them to. But I'm still trying. We're still plugging away. Lucinda in Australia is still plugging away. Lucinda Bruce. Mike Smith, my business partner, he's up by the Altadena fire. And of course, I told you about Vernon and losing everything. So we are plugging away. If you have anything you want to talk about in the room, I know there's not a lot of people in here, but any thoughts or anything you want to talk about, I'd be happy to talk about. I'll leave this up, of course, and people can watch it later. I'm optimistic. I've seen it bring out the best and worst of people. You hear about people looting people's homes, and you think, families at their absolute darkest time, leaving their home, somebody would loot it. But at the same time, you hear about people coming together from all spectrums of, politics and race and class, and helping each other in a way that is what I love about this country and what I love about California. I feel that this is a real test, and it's also a bit of a reset. What's going to happen with those areas? What's going to happen with film production? It was already in deep trouble, as most of you know. We had the thing happen for a couple of years, then we had the strikes, now we have the fires, and enduring it is is partly adaptation. Like how do you adapt to it? How do you evolve? And I'm trying to look even in the horribleness at what opportunities there are for an artist like me with a production company, a director, a writer, whatever. I have stuff I want to say and I want to put out, and I love to entertain people. It's just gotten really hard to get the resources, really hard to uh, reconcile all the things that are working against you financially and obviously environmentally now, and just I wanted to share where we are with it because I don't want you to wonder, well, what's going on with Tom? What happened to these projects? I did drop the 20,000 Leagues, which is also available on all podcasts. It's available on Buzzsprout. Yeah, it is diabolical looting chat box. It absolutely is. Um, and just to finish the thought, if you have Apple Podcasts or Spotify, Radio Reborn is my podcast. There's a lot of comedic stuff. I do this Flash Gordon, basically the Naked Gun version of Flash Gordon. There's a Sherlock Holmes and the Exploding Puddings. There's a funny Scrooge. There's Dracula. Then there's some serious stuff. Take a look at it. And I'd love for you to listen to 20,000 Leagues. I think it's one of the best things Vernon's done. One of the comments that we've gotten recently is like, this you don't hear his usual bag of tricks, which is a great thing to have, at any stage of your career to have someone say that. And I'm really proud of him and everybody. Dave Beeler was amazing in it. Paul Eiding. I enjoyed doing it, finding my character, my strange French professor. Some other things I wanted to let people be aware of is there's a thing, the Absurd Science channel, which I just started on Spotify. Spotify is starting to allow you to put video up. You can do video and audio. They'll do both. So I put up the sort of feature-length version of Invention with Brian Forbes. There's Ghost Quest up there, which is a lot of fun. It's two really inept guys played by myself and Gino Civianelli. And there's some of my early sketch stuff that I thought would be fun for people to see. Archaeology of Comedy and some of the stuff that I did with my sketch troupe. I used to perform live and on television doing sketch. Did it for about 15 years. And that's actually how I met Dave Beeler. We were doing Beyond the Fringe. I was playing the Peter Cook roles. He was playing the Dudley Moore roles. And then we went off. And then before that, I had a group called McFwap, which was a sketch troupe. We wrote and performed everything. It was scripted stuff, all scripted. Sometimes it looked improvised because we were that loose and good and knew it so well. So some of that stuff is up on Spotify under the Absurd Science channel. Check out some of my videos here. Trouble is My Business is still out there. It's here on the YouTube channel, but it's also available on Tubi. I think it's on Zumo and a couple other places, maybe Amazon. I'd have to check. And of course, Blu-ray. If you like physical media, black and white, that's the one to get. Yes, please check it out. But yeah, I'm in a holding pattern, and I'm hoping that we can keep moving on this thing. It would be a real shame to have this set us back. We're being tested, and particularly Vernon is being tested, but his attitude is fantastic. I feel good. We will make this work. If no one else has anything they want to jump in on the chat, then I am going to let it go. Leave some comments if you want. I appreciate everything that's been said, deleted. Chat box with Sam, always supportive, always so helpful. I should do these things more. I always feel good after I do them. I just haven't gotten a chance to really do it, and I should do it. So, does anyone want to? I guess you could even join if someone wanted to join. Mexican Iron Man. There you are. I would love to see you. Love to see you. That would be fantastic. I would love to get together with you. Let me know when you're here, and I would love to get together. Deleted scenes feature short. Not sure what you mean by that one. Can you elaborate? Yes, please call me. please call me. I have some questions too about something that we want to do in Georgia. Thank you for being so supportive, Mexican Iron Man. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, what are we asking about the feature short thing? I'm curious about that. Um, I got some more people coming in just as I'm leaving. Maybe I'll stay and chat a bit more. If you missed the stuff at the beginning, I was just giving an update on where we are, what's happened with some members of the team. Has been a setback, which is unfortunate because we were just really getting the momentum going of sending out the script, and it is going to some people whose homes did burn down as well in the Malibu Palisades area, so they weren't going to be reading it. Test Drive is a feature. Test Drive is a feature. Yes, it's a like a $1.8 million thriller. Two great characters locked together in this car hurling uh, down the road, and people have been loving the script. It won a couple of things. Every time I enter it, people seem to really enjoy it. Found distribution for it, so I've been doing a money raise. And if you want to know more about it, you could certainly message me or what you might want to do. Yeah, I should do more live. I actually enjoy it. I keep saying, oh, I should, update it, but it's that whole, you feel like, nobody, do I say something now? But I feel like I had to. I had put a little note, to announce 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and let everybody know about it a couple weeks ago because I finished it, as I said, for Vernon's birthday, which is the end of December, and then all this happened. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That is really, really nice of you. Thank you, Robert. What a weird time. We're trying to stay strong. We really are. We're keeping that positive attitude. It's just, you know how it is sometimes. You just really now. Um, yeah, I appreciate that. Every little bit helps. It's all going to a good cause. We're keeping everybody on their feet and creating and fighting against the crazy stuff that's going on in the world and the sort of traditional entertainment business as it is. We've always been kind of outliers. We're trying to make cool genre movies the way we enjoy them and we like them. And as I say, sometimes my stuff are films that are genre films that they're for guys and girls love them too. And that's the thing. Let's see. LA decided to have a big barbecue and got it out of hand. Yes, they did. They sure did. It's funny. I'll tell you a story about that. Um, I'm taking care. My father passed away in August, and my mom's now alone, about 2 hours from me. So I go down there and shop for her, take care of her. She can't drive anymore. She's in her 90s, and I was there on Monday, the Monday before, and my son had hiked Eaton the day before the fire happened, and we drove down to see her, and I thought, you know what, I need to head back. I'm just going to stay one day. As we're driving back, literally the fire's coming up right, to the on the 210 right to the freeway and just going, and like the car was lifting up. We had a car wreck in front of us. It actually flipped the car over. Like the guy was going way too fast in the far left lane, and the wind got under it. The wind was gusting higher than the car was traveling on the freeway. It was about 80-mile-an-hour gusts, and it got under the car and flipped it right down the road from us. It was crazy. And I'm glad we left when we did, because then they closed all that down for days and would have been stuck there. But yeah, it's unexpected. I remember getting that text and it just said life-threatening winds, and I thought, well, what's life-threatening winds? What is it? I even called back to my house and I said, hey, move the umbrella in case it blows by the window. Well, what did I know? I didn't even imagine that it would be that level of destruction. We lost trees, we lost power, we lost everything. and it was crazy, and it continues to be. My son went back to college today, and driving back, it was like we were surrounded by fires. We had the fire in Calabasas on one side of us, we had Palisades, we had Altadena, and we have another fire in Hollywood. And it just plumes, you know. It smells like you're in a fireplace in a furnace when you walk outside. So, you know, the last thing you're thinking of at this point is the one thing that you should be thinking of, which is getting the movie made, getting it out to people, asking people, you know, for financing and things. Yes, those gosh darn speeders. Um, yeah, hurricane force winds. It really was. We lost literally some 100-year-old trees around here, and yeah, the wind just spread it like crazy. Really, the television does not do it justice. If you if you're actually in it, it feels surreal to drive through it. I I will have to go back up PCH. There's so many places I used to go up there and just get a sense of it. And what's going to happen with that land? You know, is the government going to try and take some of it and commercialize out to the beachfront now that that's been cleared out? How do people who bought places in the 80s that when they could afford it but aren't working as much now, how do they afford to keep this? I know there's going to be a bit of an exodus here, and that's a shame because I feel already that I'm losing a lot of close friends to just kind of giving up on LA or Hollywood and going somewhere else, and with good reason. I can't right now. I'm taking care of mom, and I'm not going to abandon her at this point, so I'm stuck here. But I'm going to make it work, and it's so good. Yeah, I was just looking at some of these things. And Vernon, yes, is loves animals. He rescued his animals. Um, yeah, Shanatsky, focusing on getting your stuff made is the way to do it. It's just waiting out the people that are decision makers and finance and talent and everyone who've been completely thrown by this unprecedented. You know, it is literally the worst fire LA's ever had, and it's not over. It's yeah, oh, it's choking you. Yeah, yeah. If I walk outside, it's just blood red moon, and it looks like nighttime. It's crazy. But yeah, stay safe if you're here. Fire torn me. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it feels. Um, Monday the winds pick up again. Oh, lovely. Well, I appreciate the support. You're wonderful people. Everybody in this chat has in some way helped me or been supportive of me, and I'm grateful for that. I literally just was going to jump on and mention 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the audio thing. You can look on Radio Reborn and check it out. Charities I can recommend. Yeah, there's the entertainment. Let me see if I can find it. There's a entertainment thing that they got through SAG that looked really good. That helps people lower, lower middle class, regular people that are having problems with the fire or just making their bills. I will find that and post it as soon as I can. I think I got it as an email, and I don't have it, but I'll send you that information because that would be really nice of you to do. Oh, here we go. It is called. Hang on. The entertainment industry workers can go to the Entertainment Community Fund or the Motion Picture and Television Fund. IATSE members can reach out as well. Music professionals can go to Music Cares Disaster Relief. I'll post some of this stuff. If you need shelter and housing, of course, American Red Cross, Trinity Lutheran Church, Bad Weather Shelter, Airbnb, and LA 211 are offering places, and hotels have discounts. So that's really important. Also, any union local in LA can apply for rent, mortgage, utility help through the Labor Community Services LA. There's FEMA, of course. It's going to take a while. California Fire Foundation, California Disaster Help, and SAG-AFTRA Foundation's Disaster Relief Fund also will be helping people. And I'll try and post some of that as soon as I can get that information out. I'll put it in there. Um, let's see, Spartan. I put on some of your story vids to help you. What? I really appreciate that. Yes, please do. Every little bit will help. If it'd be great if some of the work that I've done could pay some dividends at a time when people aren't paying for in-person work. It's nice to have your work make a little something so you can eat and do stuff. Let's see. They need to soak the ground with water. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if we can keep the winds down, I think they'll really make a thing. Yeah, thank you for posting that number for the Fire Relief Fund. Yeah, that's fantastic. And thanks again, Robert. I appreciate anybody giving a little bit of money. I could definitely use that because I honestly don't know where the next one's going to come from. The place that's been paying me burned down, so I don't think they're going to be paying those invoices for acting or editing anytime soon, or maybe when they get a computer again. So the crowdfunding is up for Island in the Stars. Pass it on if someone's interested in jumping on board. You know exactly where it's going right now. It's going to paying a lawyer to submit this to the proper channels, to agencies and to actors with an official legal offer to that actor to try and secure them, so I can then go to the distributor and say, see, I got who I said I was going to get. I have them for this window of time. Let's, sell this movie and give me some paper that I can borrow the rest of the money off of. And that's really the game plan. Thank you, chat. I really appreciate you backing me up with the posts and the stuff like that. If there's any other subjects, anything else you guys want to talk about? If not, I will bow out, hopefully gracefully. If there's anything else you wanted to talk about, happy to talk about that. I see we've got some more people in the chat. I really appreciate you popping in. I've been just trying to tell you where I'm at with, we're in the middle of, the fires, and a lot of our team lost their homes, including my agent. Her husband stayed behind to try and save it, but I don't think it worked. So, wow. That's amazing. Thank you, Robert. That's very sweet of you and much needed. I'm happy to pass on information, and I'm a big fan of the work that's being done out there. And thank you. I really appreciate it. We need it. That's great. Wow, that was a nice surprise. I did not expect that. So thank you. I also wanted to thank everybody for being so supportive of my efforts to kind of create more in the channel. Some people have subscribed as premium members. The first guy that did was Troy. He actually had an online birthday last night. They became members of the channel, and with that, I'm able to spend the time buying render credits, to create something like the Savage trailer that I did. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I will put it in the comments thing here. Let me do my thing here. I'm new at this. Let's see, my videos. This is it's kind of a proof of concept for another script that I wrote called Savage. And, yes, I used some AI-generated stuff, but then I performed everything and got the actors. The
pergola system is reinventing the way homeowners experience the outdoors.
I'm sure it is. And there's and that. I'll put it in here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm good at this, huh? All right, here we go. So that's Savage, which you can check out at some point. It's basically just showing the concept of the script. I'm using it for practice to create new pitches and new ways to pitch the ideas that we have, things that I have in my head. That how do you articulate it? It's usually easier to do it as a video. So, yeah, thanks again, Robert. That was amazing. I did not expect that in this stream, so thank you. One of the things, too, that I see on the horizon is this is an opportunity. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? I understand how to utilize it, and I'm beginning to learn how to talk to it to coax out those things that I want. It's no replacement for real people, no replacement for real artists, but it is a great sketch way to kind of sketch out an idea or sketch out a concept and come up with it. And I've been really working with lip syncing and creating characters and stuff. And I think it makes me a better filmmaker to kind of have this other toy box that you can play in. I tried to get there was a comedic piece. That's what I was going to bring up. It's called Scrooge. It's the Festivus incident, or the haunting of Ebenezer Scrooge, and it's a completed audio fiction piece that I have on the podcast, the Radio Reborn podcast, that I'm animating, and I can AI you, and you can lose 10 years. Yes, that can be done. It is a bit of a magic wand that way. I would like to do that too. Well, that's kind of cool though, because it also allows actors like me, as I get older, I can go back a little bit, or I can play things that I would not be able to play, which is kind of fun. It's fun to think about. I loved playing someone like Flash Gordon, but now I could actually do an animated comedic Flash Gordon thing that was photoreal, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, check out that thing that I posted on Savage. Oh, you saw Scrooge on the page? Yeah, yeah. That's you can see it's starting. The level of animation is getting there, and I think it's funny if it's solid to begin with. Like all the performances in it were good. I think the writing I was really proud of, and it has all the sound effects. I'm really just using AI to give it a visual component or an animation component. It's like animating where the animated tracks are already done and the music's already done and everything. So it for me, I'm kind of figuring it out. Let's see. Yes, fires. This is good advice. Multiple backups, multiple places. You never know when one of them critically fails, and that's true just of anything creative. We're creative people. You're a creative writer. Your assets and your IP are everything, and you don't want them all in one place. Grab the hard drives. That's the first post-it I have, and unfortunately, I know a lot of friends of mine did not, they didn't even give them the time to do that, let alone the ability to do it in a car where it's like, okay, you, your family, your dog, that's about all we have room for. So that's good advice. Like have a go bags, have a list. If anything, the gift of this is appreciate what you have, appreciate how volatile and impermanent it is, and also know what's important to take with you if you have to go. Think about it now, not when you're in panic mode and you just want to get out, because that's when you're not thinking clearly. And it's just unthinkable to lose a lifetime of your work and your collections. And I love to collect Blu-rays and then memorabilia and different things like that, or books. All that can go away. It can take a lifetime to build and a couple hours to destroy, and nothing is more clear than seeing the before and after of, say, the Palisades, of the lifetimes there wiped out. Mega and Google Drives, yeah, to back up constantly. That's really smart. That's very smart. Let's see, what else could we talk about? What else? I mentioned that. You know what? This was kind of fun. A couple of months ago, my friend Curtis and Xander said, you should do a commercial, because I acted in over 100 commercials and I've shot commercials, but there's this Dorito commercial I'm sure everybody's heard of. This Dorito commercial, they showed at the Super Bowl, and I guess I directed one of them, and it's on the page. They said if it's not on the page, it's not in contention, so it's on the page, so it must be in contention. Apparently, once it's on that page, you can show it other than, on the page, you can show it. So I'm going to put a link to it in here. I wonder if we can watch it. Is that possible? Can we watch it together, or is that not something we can do? Does anybody know? Let's see. I don't know if we can watch it. Okay, here. Well, here's the commercial. Take a look at it. That's Curtis and Xander in it. I directed it, and edited it and put the whole thing together, did the sound, blah, 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 blah. And I'm proud of it. I can share screen in Streamlabs. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. Okay. All right. I'm going to try. We're going into uncharted territory, folks. Don't anybody leave. Here we go. Media. Is it media assets? No. It's not that. Okay. Share screen. New layout. Cinema layout. Settings. Share screen. Got it. Okay. Select window or stream. Okay.
Now that's how you close a deal. Whoa, what are you doing? Celebrating?
Okay. And select window or screen. I want. Okay, here we go. Can we see that? Can anyone see that? Please comment. Oh yeah, the football thing with John Cleese was a lot of fun. Yes, you can see it. All right. Do you want to see it? Here we go. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay. This is the commercial I did for Doritos. It's goofy. Okay.
Now that's how you close a deal. Whoa, what are you doing? Celebrating? Oh. Tarzito. Who?
Tarzito steals Doritos.
Whoa. I got this.
Nobody steals my Doritos.
Nice. Now that's how you close a deal. Whoa, what are you
All right, there we go.
celebrating?
So that's that silliness. What do we think? I had a lot of fun doing it. There's even a drone shot I dropped into it where you see him from above. And the whole idea of just Tarzito being this strange Tarzan character who steals his Dorito every time he's trying to eat it just amuses me. So there's little details in there I like the ties flying through as he goes through. I had a lot of fun like creating that effect and doing it. This was made by those two guys and me. That was kind of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to share it. It's unlisted. Thank you. It's unlisted on the thing because I embedded it on the Doritos page. It's the Doritos Super Bowl page, so I have to have it unlisted. Your son loves yeah, my son loves nacho cheese Doritos too. In fact, I think that's who's the naked guy? I don't know. The prop Doritos disappeared really quickly, really quickly. I think someone ate them while I was shooting, and they disappeared. I bought multiple bags, which disappeared nicely. Yeah, thank you. I thought that was kind of cute and kind of fun. So let me close this off. So, and sort of closing, I will promise that maybe I'll do this as a regular thing, and we can talk more. And I'd love to bring some people onto the show, and we can chat about their projects. Robert, if you have something you want to talk about, we can do that. I'm going to do this on a more regular basis. And thank you so much. Chatbox with Sam. Check out her podcast. She interviews great celebrities. She's a wonderful woman. She was the one that did the launch with us of the interviews for doing all of the Island in the Stars stuff. And most importantly, she's a great friend and someone who's always come through and knows everybody. So she's worth looking out. And Shanotsky, I'm looking forward to doing some stuff with you. And we definitely should talk about our project sometime soon. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody in here. Special thanks. Thank you for any donations and contributions towards the cause. This has been quite a week, and I sure hope they can control these fires if we could just get them contained. Oh, that's great. 15 Days, which is Robert's film. is going to be through Indie Rights, which is a great distributor, and he's going to have that up on, I think, most major platforms, and I encourage you to check it out. He's a very talented guy and a good friend, and somebody who really loves filmmaking and is dedicated to it. You've done 2 features at least that I know about. So Deleted, thank you so much. I'll have to do your show again sometime, and thank you to everybody that came in. Please check out the stuff here. Look at Radio Reborn on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or just search it. Apple, any of those will have it. And I will tell Vernon that we talked, and that everybody's excited about Island in the Stars, and hopefully some of the other films that we're going to be doing. I'll let you know how I'm doing, hopefully next week. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. Take care.